The patient that we looked at was named JB. His age was 24 years old. He was 5'8" and weighs 180 pounds. He reported very active and plays recreational lacrosse as well as pickup hockey. He works for a decking company, and most of his days he spends carrying wood and moving rock. He says that his job is very physical and that he's currently on no medications. Being a 24-year-old moderately active male, it's suggested that he consumes 2,800 calories per day. Research has shown that males greater than 19 years old should drink approximately 13 cups of water a day. Therefore, this was recommended for JB each day. A list of his main complaints included: he gets chilled often, gags easily, extremities get cold and clammy, sometimes he finds he has a nervous stomach, sometimes he finds himself staring and blinks very little, he can be hungry between meals or irritable before meals, his heart palpitates if meals missed or delayed, overeating sweets upsets his stomach, he craves candy or coffee in the afternoon, he's fatigued and it's relieved usually by eating, he feels lightheaded if meals are delayed. This is an example of the highest sections for JB on the symptom survey. As you can see, group 1 he scored the highest, and then group 3. So those were the two areas that we were going to focus on the most for JB. As mentioned, group 1 was the highest, followed by group 3, and then the others were significantly lower. Our working diagnosis when examining JB's symptom survey, it was seen that the two highest sections as mentioned were group 1, where he scored 9, and group 3, where he scored 8. Having a high group 1 score indicates that JB is stressed out and may start to experience adrenal fatigue. He should eliminate sugar and caffeine from his diet. JB should increase his calories by including more protein in his diet and more complex carbohydrates. Having a high group 3 indicates that JB has blood sugar stress and could be experiencing hypoglycemia. Therefore, according to the symptom survey, nutrient support key, JB is experiencing sympathetic overload and blood sugar stress. What to eliminate in JB's diet? Foods suggested for JB to eliminate included sugar and caffeine, as his symptom survey was high in section 1 and 3. Both of these sections suggested this as the result. His diet included little caffeine and more natural sugars from fruits. It's beneficial for JB not to be consuming a lot of caffeine, as it can help improve your quality of sleep, mood, and decrease headaches. It will help with JB's frequency of urination, as well as the weight gain around JB's hip and waist. We also advise JB not to consume as many processed sugars, as this could be leading to his hip and waist weight gain and his cravings for sweets. What we wanted to add to JB's diet. JB should increase his calories by including more protein in his diet and more complex carbohydrates. Having a high group 3 indicates that JB has blood sugar stress and could be experiencing hypoglycemia. It's recommended to increase his protein and good fats consumption. Since there was a recommendation for this patient to consume more protein, I would suggest they consume eggs in the morning, as eggs are a great source of protein, vitamins, and minerals. For example, one large egg has 6 grams of protein and 78 calories. We also added avocado to their morning breakfast, as this is a very good source of healthy fats. It was decided that they should consume Greek yogurt for snacks, as this is very high protein, and this was one area they needed more in their diet. Tofu was added to the quinoa for lunch, as this is a good source of protein. I would suggest they consume oats, which are another great source of protein, as well as a healthy fiber, and they have magnesium and thiamine in them. 1 cup of oats has 11 grams and 307 calories. Oats are very high in complex carbohydrates, which is needed in the diet as well. Another suggestion for this patient was that they needed to be consuming more complex carbohydrates. A great source of complex carbohydrates is quinoa, which is full of minerals, fiber, and vitamins. The quinoa salad I would have this patient consume has mung beans, red pepper, tomato, and cilantro in it, which would be great for a lunch meal for them to increase their protein as well as complex carbohydrates. These are just some of the foods we recommended JB consume to try and improve his protein, complex carbohydrates, and the amount of good fats in his diet. As you can see, this is his day 1 diet plan, and as mentioned, you can see things such as eggs, avocado, quinoa, tofu, apples, trail mix, a lot of the things that we talked about that we wanted to increase in his diet. And you can see he was at just over 2,600 calories total. And then we go into day 2, and you can see a lot of those same foods, trying to mix it up a little bit though so that he has some variety. And we're at just below 2,700 calories here. And then day 3, as again, we're increasing our complex carbohydrates and our protein, but staying within that calorie limit again. And then we'll go into lifestyle recommendations. So I would recommend JB takes time for himself to exercise and meditate. He could start by finding exercises he enjoys doing, such as riding the bike or going for walks. Little things to start getting him more active. Getting JB more active will help with some of the findings on a symptom survey, such as the weight gain around the hips and waist. JB was also found to be very stressed and fatigued. So I would suggest activities such as yoga to work on meditation and to help him make himself more aware of his breathing. Supplemental recommendations for JB, since he had high group 1, I would recommend that he supplements with magnesium, zinc, simplex F or M 1 to 3 per day, and valerian root in his diet. These will help work with his high stress levels as well as his fatigue in order to hopefully give him more energy. Having a high group 3 indicates that JB may be experiencing blood sugar stress or hypoglycemia and may need to start supplementing in his diet with B vitamins such as cataplexy B or cellular vitality. Other considerations include withania, rhodiola, or ginseng. For patient response to treatment, JB continued with his diet plan into the first week of August as he began to notice the health benefits. He reported feeling fuller and more energized for the day after consuming meals. He did not find himself as hungry in between meals or irritable. He had no heart palpitations if meals were missed or delayed. In the afternoons, he did not report craving coffee or candy as often, and overall, JB said that he felt less fatigued and more energized, and even reported losing 2 pounds. So a list of response to the main complaints. JB reported feeling less fatigue, no heart palpitations, not craving coffee or sweets in the afternoon, feeling more energized, and less irritable between meals. He reported that he had no pain. After intervention symptom survey key score, you can see that group 1 and group 3 significantly decreased as well as all of the other sections did.